Simon, did you see the Katt Williams thing? Oh, what? Nah, bro, that's crazy, man. We're talking about some grand conspiracy. You over here falling asleep.
What's good, everybody? This is Blackout Entertainment with the Blackout Podcast, and we're on episode 5 right now.
Yes, sir.
I'm Nico, and I'm with Trey and Simon.
What's good? What's good? Happy New Year.
Yeah.
So first of all, I just gotta make sure, none of I feel like I might have seen Simon on the Epstein list.
Chill with that, man.
No, I'm just playing. He's not on
Chill with that. But before we get to that, make sure y'all subscribe and like the video. Definitely gotta get those numbers pumping. But yeah, let's definitely get right into it. So Epstein's list. Man, that was big news.
You know what's the one that caught me by surprise the most was Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, that's some freaky shit.
Yeah, bro. They had some weird people.
Bro, how you in a wheelchair and you trying to do some just egregious shit like that? What in the world? What possesses a man to do that? And was he some what was he, a physicist or?
Yeah, he was.
I don't know.
He discovered black holes and shit in the universe.
Yeah, he was trying to discover some other.
Yeah, he's just trying to other black hole.
God. No, that's disgusting. That whole thing. People like to say it's a conspiracy theory, but of course, not just to make it clear, not every name on that list, I guess, automatically makes you convicts you of those crimes, but
some of them are very telling. I could tell that Bill Clinton and Prince Andrew and those people they basically revealed they exposed their shit I
feel like those are the top 2 names for sure. They're even they even caught a statement for Bill Clinton where they got one of the witnesses and they said that Bill Clinton likes him young when
that's and also he has a history of sexual misconduct and doing weird shit like that. Even the whole it's throughout the time we've even starting from Monica Lewinsky who's fucking his intern. He's been kind of had a reputation of being a deviant, but since he's so powerful and big, and he was he was considered a good president by a lot of people, and people kind of just sort of ignored that and put that shit under the rug. But now he's being exposed. So
he's always been known as a freaking
he
gets away with it because he's deemed as one of the most charismatic people.
Yeah, no, because he is charismatic and people do get charmed by him. They get rizzed up by him.
Yeah, he was the original Rizzler for sure. But as you can see, behind the closed doors, all that stuff is, it's disgusting.
Also, I think his marriage to Hillary was kind of fake. I don't think it's a real marriage.
No, heck no, it's super fake. Well, it's politics, so
it's a political marriage.
Yeah, exactly. It's just there for name and power, and that's it. But I don't know who else was on that list.
There's a lot of politicians, right? Donald Trump, Al Gore.
Was he on there too?
I don't know. What? If you go there, does that automatically make you guilty?
I mean, not necessarily, because I think because the thing is, I think he just knew a bunch of famous people and just powerful people, and sometimes you just cross paths with them, but they wouldn't necessarily mean that they went to his island and got massages or did shit. But I think, but a lot of them, they actually did catch saying stuff that did show stuff that they were doing.
Exactly, and I think, they mentioned Trump. I think Trump's name was on it, but I don't think they caught him. He was caught doing some nasty business over there.
Even Michael Jackson's name was on there too.
His name was on there?
Yeah, but like, I didn't like incriminate him doing anything. But he said it was like he was at his like house and stuff. But like there's not really that much more information. But like also he has like a history of like that type of stuff. So like it wouldn't really surprise me like if it did happen. But also like Chris Tucker was also on his plane too, on like rush hour and shit, and like Friday.
Yeah, no way, bro. Like,
Leonardo DiCaprio was on there too.
But the thing is, like, they have like Leonardo DiCaprio and like other like famous like actors and actresses in Hollywood. But like, I think he just like was like knew them, was in contact with them, and he would just like name drop them. Because from like what I read, like they were like name dropped, but like nothing really like they didn't like have any. I don't know if they knew about anything or like whatnot, but like
like that's crazy how like one person could just have like so many like contacts, so like just a huge network with a bunch of these people, and
but the whole thing doesn't make sense.
Like it's really like a secret society, like damn near
it's like Illuminati,
quote unquote Illuminati. Like it's a whole new world, and like a whole new world where it's like it's pretty scary, and where they just do crazy shit, and it's like the stories you hear about like what they make these young girls do. It's just awful. Like it's really disgusting, really awful, and like how they recruit and like what they make them do. Like it's disgusting. Like I'm glad. Like in my lifetime, I hope I'm never like a part of those circles.
But no, but it's a lot like, but the thing is like I actually like do like low key like think like he might have like been like a CIA operative or some shit like that. Like
they do say that.
You know what I mean? Because it makes no sense. Because like how the hell did he just like get all this money and like these connections to people? I think he's like a plant, like a CIA plant. That he was like, because the thing is like he doesn't have like a college degree or anything. Like he just kind of randomly just started like.
I thought he went to like Harvard.
No, he didn't. Like he was like he was literally like I don't know, he went to college but he didn't like finish.
Oh, he was like
and then like he just randomly just like got like connected to these like really like wealthy people, because I think he's like I think he like lied about, because back then it was a lot easier to like lie in your resume and make shit up.
Yeah.
And he's probably like smart and like charismatic enough to like get away with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like he basically taught like for some period of time he taught at like Dalton, which is like a pretty prestigious like private school in like New York. And like he got like his connections to like some like Wall Street people there, and like was like given a position.
Yeah.
And then like from there on, like I guess that's like how he like, but even then it doesn't really make sense how he made that much money. I feel like he like kind of just like because like, even like if you like see the documentaries, like no one really knows like how he like got his money from.
So he's like a CIA.
I think he actually might be like a CIA plant or some shit like that. And also the way he like because he didn't like because the thing is, I know like no, most people don't really believe he actually like deleted himself in prison. Like they knew like people like sent people there to like
it was just
delete him.
I think apparently like his own brother doesn't believe that he deleted himself.
Like, no, most people don't, because it's just like very sus. Because also he's in like
there's no cameras, right?
Yeah, there's no cameras,
footage,
and also he's in like a very like highly secured like holding center in like Manhattan. So like it makes no like they literally held like El Chapo and shit there. So it was like makes no sense like how he would just like have no cameras, and that would just like because it definitely was like very like powerful people that didn't want him to like snitch or like rat them out. So like they just like got rid of him.
It's just crazy. Like imagine if like the government was like complicit and like knew all of the horrible like things that were happening on that island.
To be honest, like they probably do, because there's a lot of like people like Bill Clinton, literally the president, former like presidents were there. Yeah. So like the
Secret Services, right? Like Secret Services, like everywhere, like they're right next to the president. So
they definitely, honestly, the government definitely was like, if I have to like not definitely, but like they most likely were complicit in it because if they're people who are like politicians and then like former presidents and shit like going there, like kings, like
I think one of the former prime ministers of Israel too.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of like powerful like leaders and shit going there. So like I think like a lot of it's like a whole like conspiracy.
Like digging deep into the conspiracy bag. I bet you it was like probably like if the CIA was like if they were in charge of it, it's probably a way to like blackmail people.
No, exactly.
Like if you can blackmail like a president of a nation.
I mean that's exactly right because it could like blackmail like Prince Andrew or just like or like the Prime Minister of Israel or who like anyone that's like in a prominent position, like they could like use that information against them. So to get what they want. So like it seems like it makes sense why it would be like a government.
Oh yeah,
like involvement in that.
No, that's a hella dirty world out there.
But you know what? But you know, but it kind of like also makes sense because like I don't know if I'll like seen like Katt Williams stuff, but he was basically exposing a lot of people in Hollywood.
Yeah, there was some type of damn. Like this was the week of like the Illuminati
and, like
revelation. Yeah, like you saw that right? I think Simon. Did you see the Katt Williams thing?
What was that?
Oh, nah, bro, that's crazy, man. We're talking about some grand conspiracy. You over here falling asleep.
Nah, my brother is texting me, right?
You're funny. But I asked him, did you see the Katt Williams thing, man?
I did not see it. I heard about it. I don't know the details. Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, that was fun. That's like definitely, like, even like by the end of like this year, that might be like the funniest video.
Yeah, no, like, because the thing is, like, it was basically like Katt Williams, like, he was on like Shannon Sharp's podcast, Club Shay Shay, and he was basically right from the jump, he was just exposing all these like famous comedians,
like Steve
Harvey, and like Cedric the Entertainer, for stealing jokes like from him and like other comedians, because literally like if you like watch like something like back to back. Like Cedric the Entertainer literally went on the filmed like Kings of Comedy tour that had like him, D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, like Bernie Mac.
Goat,
yeah, like and like he literally like said like almost verbatim like one of Katt Williams' jokes that he did in the late 90s that was on like BET Comic View, which was televised, and he did it on another like televised like comedy tour.
Yeah.
And he like basically literally the only thing I think he like switch is like switching like the word like the car or automobile with like a spaceship or something. But like other than that, it's like almost like the same thing, which is crazy. And like I think a lot of Steve Harvey like also like did that too, and he was like also stealing jokes from other like decently well-known comedians. So like
yeah, I think the one thing I learned, first of all, Katt Williams is funny as shit.
You know,
like I've always liked him. Like he's like really funny compared to like all these other comedians. But like the one thing like that I've recently like learned about like I guess the whole comedy industry is like how hard it is to like come up with these like jokes, but not just jokes, like really good jokes too. And like when you steal jokes, like of course like a lot of these like comedians like they take that very seriously because they put like hours, weeks, like even months into like one joke. Like it takes a lot of work in order to like find like come up with a good routine, come up with a good joke, and like to steal a joke without like having to put in any work. Like that is very sus. And especially if you're like a no-name comedian who probably won't ever become famous, who probably won't ever rise up the ranks. Like if that's like your only good joke, and like a person like Steve Harvey with his thick mustache steals your joke like that, that's like has to be super infuriating for sure.
Yeah.
Like I would definitely be furious about that.
Yeah, I feel like it's okay to kind of use the joke here and then, you know, but if you're consistently doing that, it's like, what's the point? Because you're not, creating anything. You're just literally living off of somebody else. So I I know I understand like making jokes is messed up. But let's be real. In society nowadays, on TikTok, you see all these influencers, YouTubers, all that. A lot of them are copying their ideas from others. Right? Like it's fine to get inspiration, but you should not be copying people. At least make a twist or have something like include your own type of input into it. But yeah, how do you guys feel about comedians jokes and stuff like that? I mean, it can't be 100%. Sorry.
But sometimes I can understand if like you like maybe by accident just come up with like the same premise because like you're all like kind of trying to like find stuff to like joke about and like observe, and you might like at sometimes like find find something that's like come up with the same premise as someone else. Yeah, but like having something that's like almost like word for word verbatim, that's just like that's very sus. That's very sus, and also like I also like who knows, like if they like did it from like someone who's actually like famous and like who had this shit like on TV. Imagine like to like some no name person at a comedy club. Like, yeah. Imagine you know how many like probably like nobody's could have stolen material from. But, like their whole like, and who knows, like it's kind of hard to know if like how much of like their like material is really original or not. So it's like.
And one thing I realized too, I think we talked about this earlier. Like a lot of these comedy clubs, like you have like the writers there, and I'm wondering if like the writers, like they be at. So let's say for example, like Kevin Hart, like he has writers. Like I don't think he writes like his jokes anymore because he does a bunch of other stuff. So like he has writers that'll like go to these comedy clubs. And I'm wondering if, like, for example, if it's Kevin Hart, like his writers go to these comedy clubs and they hear a joke and they give that joke to Kevin Hart, and they just like Kevin Hart just copies someone else's joke without even realizing it. I feel like that's more common than we think. These big time comedians, they don't even know they're copying other people's work, but it's like they delegate their work to these writers. Like SNL has writers. I feel like a lot of these big time comedians have writers, except for like the true stand-up comedians. But like
someone like Dave Chappelle definitely doesn't have writers.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a Chris Rock and shit.
Like Steve Harvey definitely has writers for sure. But even for his like shows,
yeah, he definitely does.
Like even for like SNL, like all these late night comedians, like with their non-funny asses, like they have writers too. So they just delegate all that work to them, and yeah, like I feel like it's very common just to steal people's work for sure. Which,
so I think then you should be blaming those writers, right? Because it's not the comedian's fault.
But I don't know. Like, I guess it depends on like each example. Like I feel like for the Steve Harvey one, I feel like that's just blatant like copying because like Katt Williams, like I understand if he stole something from a no-name comedian, but it was Katt Williams, which I feel like he was pretty relevant during that time, in, like the 1990s. Like his stuff was televised, like his thing was on like commercials. So I feel like that was just crazy plagiarism right there for sure. But yeah, I feel like a lot of times, yeah, it's probably they don't even know that they're taking someone else's work.
No, but it's actually crazy that like someone's like Kevin Hart just has like writers that just like go to these clubs and just like who they may or may not take jokes. I mean, I don't really know, but like I don't know. I feel like I feel like that's honestly I feel like it kind of does show in his like actual like stand up work, like in his specials, that like because to me like I feel like his comedy does feel like kind of like stale and like generic. Because the thing is like in movies I think he's like an entertaining like personality and he's like funny looking, and he sounds funny, but like I think his actual jokes are kind of like generic and stale, and I think a lot of that probably comes from like him like probably because he probably just has writers do all his shit. Because probably when he first was like just coming up, he probably was like, or when he was just coming up and like getting more recognized, probably was a lot funnier than just because like he was doing his own shit, and then but then once you become like that big, you're like doing a million different things. He has like the LOL like network, all these different shows, and then like he has like all these movies. He has like probably 5 movies a year that come out. So like
like I understand. It's like kind of like the same thing with like rap music.
Yeah.
Like Drake, like he does a bunch of stuff, and like he doesn't have time to write all of his like songs. Like that's why like a lot of these like big time artists, like they eventually get ghostwriters because they're just doing a bunch of stuff. You can't just write all of your songs, which I understand. Which I understand that for sure.
But to be honest, I actually think it's a lot worse for like comedy to do that.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Than for rap music, because rap music at the end of the day is just like about like how it sounds and like and the product comes out good. But like and for comedians, like honestly, like kind of like most of the point of being funny, like half of it is actually like more than most of it, like half of it is like the actual like material that you present and like your own insights, and then like the other is like your like presentation of it. And the thing is, and I feel like your like material's not even coming from you, then it's just like it kind of like ruins it. Not ruins it, but like it just takes away from it like a little bit, because you can tell the difference between someone like Kevin Hart versus like or like Katt Williams or like Dave Chappelle or something. Like, you know, like those people are more like true craftsmen in like their fields.
Yeah, like you're damn right for sure. Like I've never found Kevin Hart funny.
Yeah, like I only found it funny in like movies sometimes because of entertaining personality and stuff. But like I just don't think his like actual like stand-up material is really that strong.
Yeah,
because he just does these giant stadiums, just trying to appeal to like as many people as possible. So it kind of just gets like kind of like watered down.
Yeah, like I went to like his I didn't go to the stand-up, but like I went to like it was like a movie based on like his stand-up, I believe.
Yeah.
Like I went in there and like I just remember coming down and just feeling like I didn't really feel anything. Like it was just like nah. Like I don't know. Like I don't know if like his stand-up, like why he's so popular, because his stand-up appeals to I don't know, more of like a white audience. Like
I think it's more a mass audience.
Yeah, too. Because like I even asked my family, like, do y'all think Kevin Hart is funny? And like they all say no. And I asked my friends if they find it funny, and like they all say no. So I'm just like wondering like how in the world he was able to. No, don't get me wrong. Like I respect his like journey and becoming super successful, but it just like makes me question like dang, like what was the main reason that like got you to where you are now? I don't know. I just find it very interesting.
But the thing is like, but still like other comedians like Chris Rock and like Dave Chappelle, they like appeal to like a lot of different types of people.
Yeah.
But there's just something. But the thing is like they're not trying to like just like just sell out stadiums and make these whole like movie productions out of it.
Yeah, I don't like.
They like keep it more simple, because stand up is just kind of like it should be a more like an intimate thing, and it shouldn't just be something that just like
not like a Beyonce.
It shouldn't be like a fucking like Beyonce or Taylor Swift concert. It's like heavily like produced and stuff. It just sort of takes away from me. I think it should something that should just be more simple. Like you're just like a big theater and stuff. And I mean, it's fine to do like those like big stadium things, but like literally like you've seen like any of those Kevin Hart like movie like specials, like where he really has like shit like shooting out like fire, and it's just like, yo, that shit is just OD.
Yeah, I feel like that's too much.
And it's just like I feel like it's just like the cover up like material that just isn't like that strong.
Yeah, I think you guys brought up some good points. Like, how are they so famous? like how is Kevin Hart that he is? I think it's because sometimes some people get lucky. Like they have a few punchlines that are really good, but it's like they probably ride away or like get famous super quick, like Ice Spice. I'm saying like the music is okay, it's good, but it's nothing special. I think people just hype them up a lot, and then that's why they become famous. But there's people that are super consistent, right? So like Taylor Swift, she's been consistent ever since she came in. Drake, same. So it's like I think it's a mix, like just the way they act, just being lucky, and also consistent. Because if they're consistently good, they will get recognized. But if you were to take Kevin Hart, if you would start all over again, start from zero, I don't think he'd be where he is. I'm pretty sure like he just had a couple really good jokes. But there are a lot of comedians out there now who are probably better than him, but just don't have the recognition that they deserve. So I don't know.
Yeah, but like I don't know, like he just talks about how small he is.
No, that's like half jokes is just like him being short and like loud and stuff. And like I mean that actually kind of makes sense why he's famous, because like he does have like a standout like appearance and personality, and it's like the way he is. But then again, like also like which was also exposed in that Katt Williams interview. He like Katt Williams literally like said, and I didn't even never thought about this before, but like back in like 2003, 2004, Kevin Hart like literally was literally just like only like a comedian who just like kind of performed around like the East Coast and stuff. Like within his first year of like going to like Hollywood and like LA, he had like a TV deal. He was starring in like some of his own movies, like Soul Plane, which had like really famous people like Snoop Dogg and like
that was a hilarious movie.
Yeah, and shit, and like and he had his own movie, but like some of his own. So what Katt Williams was saying was that like and during that time in the early 2000s, he thinks that like he like basically revealed that like Kevin Hart was basically like an industry plant, like a Hollywood industry plant. Because he had his own starring role, and you just like no one really knew him like that. Like you just like
reminds me of that chick, that
the Bobby chick, yeah. But it was weird too, because I think like those further things he like did like didn't really do, like the Soul Plane didn't really do well commercially, and like also the other stuff he did. So then like he kind of like died like down until probably like around like 2008, 2009 when he had those like stand-up specials. So I think like what like Katt Williams was saying was like that he basically just had like a team around him that were like basically propping him up to be in like the position he is today. Because like now he's just like probably the most like successful comedian like right now, and like if you like saw like, and it kind of came out of like nowhere too.
No, he's no doubt like that. Like in terms of like entertainment, like yeah, he's definitely like up there when it comes to being paid for sure. But like real quick, did y'all like hear that line from Katt Williams where he said like he told Shannon that like you have an unnatural allegiance to losers.
Oh yeah,
that line is goated, bro.
Yeah, no, it's funny. So
like bro, like I'm definitely gonna use that line like with my shorty, like or with a shorty, just be like, why do you have such an unnatural allegiance to losers?
God damn, like, talking about exes and shit like that.
Like I cannot believe I've never thought of that line before. Like that is such a genius line. Like I nearly like fell out of my chair when I heard that. Like shorty, like why do you have such an unnatural allegiance towards losers? Like don't degrade yourself like that. Like, but no, like that was such a golden line. And,
no, but you know what else he like also mentioned too? Because you know how like people always like say that like Kevin Hart's like the most like the hardest working man in like Hollywood and show business.
Yeah.
But like the thing is like he was basically saying like, oh, he does like a bunch of different projects and shit like that. But like I don't think he really puts like as much work, since he does all that stuff. Like he doesn't really put as much work into his actual like craft of like stand-up comedy and stuff like that.
Like I feel Kevin Hart more so like entertainer.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. Than like an actual true comedian.
Yeah, like Katt Williams, like he's an actual comedian.
Like he said that about like he also said that about like Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer. Like they're just like they're entertainers, but they're not like true like comedians in the sense.
Like Katt Williams, like Dave Chappelle, like Bernie Mac.
Like Bernie Mac, like all those guys, they're like real, like true, like stand-ups.
Yeah, there's definitely difference.
Because also I've like done this shit before too, and this shit's like really hard. So like I know like how like tough it can be to like go come up with material and like test that out to like audience that like knows nothing about you and shit. So it's just like so I do like understand why like it's like such a big deal to like take someone else's material, because like it takes a lot of work to like go up and do that shit. So it's like
it's like you have to consistently like fine tune your jokes, your storytelling. But it's like it's a sport for a reason. Like it's very competitive and it's like very hard. Also, like when you fail too, like it's extremely.
You hear the crickets and shit, bro. There's nothing more like demoralizing than that.
I know, it's just like so much shame involved.
But like when you do well, like when you actually do kill that shit, actually it's like it does give you like a high to sort of like keep doing it and try again.
Yeah.
But like now I'm talking about it. Yeah, I should actually like start like going back to doing like stand up more consistently. Yeah, you should try that shit. Yeah, everyone should try that shit.
I need to do that too, honestly. Like just to see. Like, I don't know if I'm funny.
I mean, but yeah, but no one's like good like when you first try it out. It takes like a while to become like consistently a good comedian, to become an actually good comedian. Yeah. Like I've done it like 15 times or something.
Oh, that's a decent amount. Yeah.
But like in the grand scheme of things, that's like nothing though. I'm like a very novice.
Like people do like hundreds of times. Yeah.
Like literally people like there's people who've literally done it like 15 times, who do it like 15 times in like a week. So it's like
dude, what? 15 times? Oh yeah, damn.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's like the real like comedians, and that's what they do.
Yeah.
So it's like that's like nothing.
Damn. Simon, do you think you can become a comedian?
I'm gonna be honest. I think by nature I'm funny, but when it comes to being like on stage, that's a whole other level, right? Because people are looking at you and you gotta come up with stuff on the fly. So probably not. I'm gonna be honest. But people always say that, like, I don't know. People just say that I get the weak. Like, I'll be saying some stupid shit. But I don't think I'm at that level that I can do it, like, on the fly. Does that make sense? Like, consistently. And I think the stuff that I find funny is not what everyone finds funny. So it's kind of like I only apply to niche, certain audience of people. So I'm going to say no. But there are people out there that can, make everybody laugh. I'm definitely not that. Y'all, I know Nico, he's done it a lot in the past. He got some people laughing. Probably, Trey, I think you got potential. What do you think?
Potential. Honestly, we just do like this open mic, like one of these weekends and shit.
Yeah, we watch the open mic and see people's reaction.
And also, the thing is, like, you have to like legitimately just like write something and like come up like. Because the thing is, like, you're like the thing is, you go. I've tried this before. I just kind of tried to wing it, and it went horribly. So like, you can't wing. You can't wing it. You have to like
practice.
Like, not even just have a premise in mind. Like, you actually like should like write something out.
Yeah, write it, like structure it. Like you cannot just BS.
Yeah, you can't. Like, this is something you actually have. Like, maybe sometimes like you could kind of like wing it and get like kind of lucky, but like you can't like actually like succeed in that like.
Yeah, that way. I feel like that's that way. I feel like that's like the worst strategy.
Yeah, no, and then also like in order to start doing like more like crowd work stuff where you just like talk to the audience and stuff, you have to actually like sort of build that comedic muscle in order to like get to that point where you can like do that shit well and make people laugh.
True. I feel like for my stand up, I would definitely include you in my stand up.
You think so?
Like I could.
You think so?
I could make people laugh talking about you. Like I know, like that. That'll be my the closer.
The closer.
Yeah, that'll be my closer with Simon. Like I need to use Simon. I'll get that whole place laughing.
But what like premise would you use though?
There's so many, bro.
Wait, you're gonna use like the obese like hooker in Alabama president?
Yeah, like you're from Alabama. Like you're from Alabama. Like there's so many ways like I could make people laugh, bro. When it comes to you,
No, but you gotta also keep in mind like nobody like random strangers not gonna know who he is and shit.
Bro,
So,
I'll give a whole like introduction to who Simon is. Bro, like all of these things, like this is Simon. He's from Alabama, bro. Now automatically grab the audience's attention, bro.
Especially in like work and stuff, like
bro, like nah. There's like so many, bro. Like you're like a funny like Simon himself is like you're like a funny concept, bro. I feel like
I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not gonna lie. You could actually like go up. You could actually go to like a club in like Alabama and probably like try some shit out.
You think so? But the thing is, like, people gotta know.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. They don't know you, so they're just gonna like not.
That's true.
So they'll be like, they wouldn't like really understand it. That's the thing about stand-up. You can't just like go like talk about some random person like no one.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if you're talking to friends that know him and shit, like that's different. But like, for your audience is like random people. You have to like talk about something that they will like understand, or you could at least present shit in a way where they will understand it.
Yeah, that's true. Damn, stand-up is very interesting. I have to say, it's definitely like a art for sure. I understand why people say it's an art.
Oh yes, yeah. And also like if y'all go to my IG at Nico that Chico, there's actually a 5-minute clip of me doing like stand up at the Broadway Comedy Club in New York City. So if y'all want to check that shit out, I mean it's from a little bit ago, but like y'all can check it out.
Yeah, bro, we definitely need to keep doing that for sure. Oh, like speaking of IG, this topic, Kanye or Ye, I still prefer Kanye, but he or not he exactly, but his new wife blew up the internet. I don't know. I think did you see it?
Yeah, I thought that was Kim. I think he's Kim. Like he's way too attached to her or something because he keeps dating people that look like it's like, bro. I don't know what he's doing, and like with his music and his reputation, I feel like he's just messing up. And like you said, he's not the same Kanye I remember. His new Ye or whatever, weird behavior. I don't know, but he's bipolar, so I get it. Kind of has some mental stuff or something, I don't know, some disorder, but it's getting old, and he's too old to be doing this shit, bro. He's in his 40s, you can't catch a child, like grow up.
He may be bipolar, but he seems pretty stable when it comes to choosing women.
Yeah, bro.
Like, nah, bro. Like, it's like he really showed that woman off like she was like some new pair of Yeezys, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like, well, these are my new shoes right here. Like, I'm like, damn. Like, and he's very confusing. Like, he's bipolar, and you could tell he's bipolar because, like, I remember like a year or 2 years ago, he was on this whole thing about like pornography and how bad it was, and how basically like he was very deep into like Christianity.
We like these women that like are like have sex tapes out and shit too, like
that has sex tapes out, who walk around the streets with like no like barely any clothes on. Like he's of course he's always been an odd character, but it's like he goes from like one extreme to like another extreme.
Yeah. And
man, like I have to say, like what was her name? Like Sensory or Sensory? I forgot I don't know how to say her name. It's some like Sensory type name or whatever, but yeah, he knows how to pick him, but yeah, like he's extremely confusing. Like I don't know, like how deeply invested are you into Christianity? Like why do you show off your wife like this. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not one of those people who are like, you can't, like, if I have a woman, like, you can't show no skin on the IG. Like I don't mind if you show.
Yeah, I don't really care.
I don't mind if you show a little bit of skin. Like, show some skin, baby. But like, just I don't know. What was it? Like, it was just, I don't know. Like, her outfit was like provocative.
Yeah, but I don't really. I mean, to be honest, I just don't really care. I just want to date a girl that's just like some like IG model or like OnlyFans.
You
like,
want to?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Like, I just don't want to be with someone who's like an IG or like OnlyFans type because like I just wouldn't because I just prefer to have more of that like I don't like I don't want to like everyone to like see like
the whole
my girl naked, even if it's like they pay for it and she has money from it. It's like I just don't like want that.
What happens what if she gets like $1 million? You get to get like half.
Yeah, but still, it's just like I don't want to like get like money that way, and I wouldn't want her to get money that way. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I know she's like smart and like could honestly get that same money from like doing stuff like other stuff. Is just like I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to put that out there, and also if you have like kids and shit in the future, they could like easily see that shit of like naked shit or like past like just like videos. Like you don't like want that like just shit out there if you have kids too, because you have to like because then it's embarrassing for them too that like their parents like did that shit like you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I remember growing up. Like we used to remember like Yo Mama jokes.
Yeah.
Like it's go like in 10, like 15 years I feel like it's gonna be so much worse. Like all kids have to do is just show a picture of the kid's mom.
Like on OnlyFans.
On OnlyFans and IG, and like shit just gets like hectic from there. Like it's like again, I'm not one of those people who's a dictator, like who's strict on like what you're supposed to, how you're supposed to, I guess, represent yourself on like Instagram. Like, of course, don't be like extreme, like a A1 thotty. What I mean by A1 thotty is just like like you said, like OnlyFans,
just like
where you're like obviously, like you make it so obvious that you're looking for attention. But like it's fine to show skin, but don't be like so desperate and like you make it that obvious to have like other dudes like follow and like you, like your pictures, like just showing like barely anything.
Like it's literally just you. It's basically like some of these models just like literally have like just like their ass in like a thong, and that's just like the picture and shit. And it's like I mean that's fine for them to do it. Like fine, that's their hustle and shit. But the thing is like, but the thing is, if you make that money that way, that's fine. I don't care. But I just wouldn't want like that to be like my girlfriend and shit. You know what I mean? Because like
Simon seems pretty quiet. Maybe he wants that.
Nah. I agree with y'all are saying. I think we all have the same mindset when it comes to that. It's just like people who do that, I have a lot of respect for them, right? Because it's like you can be getting money other way. You don't gotta act like a girl in line, and I wouldn't want my girl to be like that anyway. So I don't mess with it personally. And I think it's damaging for a lot of people, especially if you have kids. As North said, "Mom, why are you famous?" Right?
No, she found a sex tape on the Roblox game. So it's just like not like
Roblox.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy. Oh my god. Wait,
Sorry,
that's crazy.
And the fact that society is making it seem like it's okay and it should be praised, that's not something that was even acceptable 20 years ago. But yeah, there's always going to be people like that exist. So you can't really do nothing about it. But I personally wouldn't want to be with someone who is like that. Like, what is the point? There's nothing.
What's I have a very important question for you.
Also, one thing that I mean too is that's not the type of girl you'd want to bring home to your mother and shit. Like,
oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Wait, Sam, I have a very important question for you. Are there IG thotties based in Alabama?
That's a good question. I don't think so because I don't have it. It's like all over the world, right? So the ones that I see on my page are literally anywhere in the U.S. But I don't really know. I don't. But yeah, every time I'll go on IG, I'll see a thought shaking her ass.
it's just so IG model like all 50 states, to be honest. It's like someone out there who has to be popping. There's be someone like Montana, North Dakota that's just like got everyone like
you know, there's like
crazy.
There's like the Miss Universe.
Oh yeah, there's like the hottest woman. There's like,
do they have one for like IG? Like Miss?
Like no, but like I don't think so. But like there has to be someone popping off in every state. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it too, because even for like rappers and shit, every state has a rapper that's like doing well, or like a comedian that's doing well in their state.
What rapper is doing well in Alaska?
You don't know, but like they could be getting views in Alaska. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like there's no one else doing that shit there. Because there's a smaller market. You know what I'm saying? Like there's definitely like comedians who like go in like clubs and like go to comedy clubs in like Alaska and they do well there and they make like a decent living there. But like they just don't. But it's just not like
man. There's no rappers in Alaska.
But if you looked it up, you'd be surprised too. Because I watched this like channel called like Tommy G, where he just goes to like a bunch of random like hoods and shit throughout like America, and he's been in places in like Anchorage, Alaska, and like Iowa and shit, places you wouldn't expect for there to just be like rappers and shit. Like, bro, they're there. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna find people like everywhere throughout this country doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's someone. Because like the thing is, like, it's a small market, but there's still like somebody's doing it. You know what I mean?
Random thought. I've never seen a black person from Alaska.
I can name you one black person from Alaska. Carlos Boozer.
He's from Alaska?
Yeah, I think so. He's from like a...
What? That bald-headed dude from Alaska?
Hey, Trey. There's actually a video on YouTube. I forgot, it was some famous guy that went to Alaska. And they're actually paying black people to live in Alaska. In like certain neighborhoods.
Black people living in Alaska?
There's not a decent amount, but they're paying for black people to live in Alaska just to get more popularity. I think they paid them like $1,000 a month or something, which is not that much, but if you think about it, it kind of incentivizes people to move to Alaska. It's a small neighborhood, but these are people who are like super broke, don't have no money, nothing. But a lot of people in Alaska, murderers and like people who are like serial killers, people who try to escape. I'm saying, because Alaska's kind of like a hideout, if that makes sense.
Bad Alaska.
But also think about it, like every state, you're gonna find like every state you're gonna find like someone who's like black or like Mexican or like Asian in there, like that's living there. Like you know what I'm saying? Even if it's like
Wyoming.
Yeah, you got right. There's definitely you definitely find like a black or like a Mexican person living there. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
okay, one. Of course, you'll find one.
But you'll find like not a lot, but there'll be some living there. You know what I'm saying?
It has to be like less than like 5% of the population.
Yeah, no, it's definitely less. Probably some of these places like 1%.
Yeah, like 1% of the population.
But like, there's always gonna be someone there. At least a very small community, but there's one that probably exists.
I'm gonna be honest. I've seen 3 Asians. Swear to God, my entire time.
I mean, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like I don't know.
But you go to Korea,
no offense, but I don't know why an Asian family would bring Asian would bring their family to Alabama.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't click. Doesn't click in my head. Like I can't comprehend that.
Well, I guess what we're trying to say is there are more people in certain areas like Atlanta, New York, Boston than like in Indiana or Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there might be someone in every state, but if that state is not known, they're not. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's interesting. See, that's why we have to travel.
Like more in the country,
like in country, visit all these states in order to get rid of this like ignorance that we have. Because right now we're being hella ignorant.
Yeah, because the thing is like, because even some states like you look at Wyoming and shit, their biggest like cities like probably like 59,000-60,000 people. That's literally only like double the size of like Ithaca, and that's like that biggest city. So that's pretty crazy to like think about.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, there's definitely like a lot of places in the country where it's like that for sure. No, that's very interesting.
That's like think about it. Like how many of us have ever met like people from like certain states like Montana or like Wyoming or like Idaho,
Alaska. I've never met anyone from Alaska.
I don't think I've met anyone from Alaska either. If I can think of maybe I don't know. I don't think I have. Like,
Same. I know someone that goes to Alaska like every summer, and I think he has family in Alaska. But it's like the people in Alaska, they're the whole world. Like, you rarely see people from there. What do you think is the state people visit the least?
Alaska. No, I think Alaska. A lot of people like go to visit Alaska.
For what?
I mean, there's a lot of tourism there for like nature and stuff. Like actually think it does have people go on cruises there too. Like they actually do get a lot of tourism, but I think the state I think gets the least amount of people visiting is probably like I know people ski there and shit
that's
too.
Right, that's right.
And like it's like, well, I think it's probably if I have to maybe guess, I would have to say like either like South Dakota or like actually North like Dakota. Or like which Dakota has like Mount Rushmore?
I can't.
I don't know whichever Dakota doesn't have Mount Rushmore, or like somewhere like Idaho.
Yeah.
Because I think for Wyoming and like Montana, people actually go there for like ranches and shit. Like fucking like Kanye went there to record like one of his albums. So people do go there, and people go there to like ski and shit too. But like. For like Idaho, I don't think I've never heard of anyone be like, I'm gonna take a trip to Idaho.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's in Idaho, to be honest. No. Yeah, I don't know, but actually I
also never met someone from there either.
Yeah. In 2024, my goal is to meet someone from Alaska. I'm gonna add that to my 2024 New Year's resolution. Meet someone from Alaska.
What about Iowa?
I don't know what a person from Alaska would be doing in New York, but I don't know.
I mean, you never know. I mean, everyone comes to New York.
Yeah.
So true. Like you've had people from like anywhere here.
Mm. That's true. That's true.
Speaking of New York, how is it? Because I know you guys are known for pizza, and you have a bunch of different like food options there. Like, Dominican food, you know what I'm saying? Like there's Pakistani food, like it's very good. Like here in Alabama.
Yeah, everyone, like Nico said, everyone comes to New York. I'll give New York credit for that.
Yeah, everyone comes. You usually find someone from like any state or like any country that lives in this city.
Yeah.
So like
worldwide recognition.
Like literally, like Queens literally has like people from every single recognized and unrecognized country in the world living.
Yeah, no.
Living there. It's like New York literally has people from like literally anywhere you can think of. Yeah. Maybe not like always the biggest population, but someone from just from someone from there is gonna be living here.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. New York definitely has that global recognition. But yeah, I think we should end it here.
Yeah, man. That's cool, me.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank y'all for watching this episode of the Blackout Podcast. Again, make sure you like and subscribe. And we out of here.
Peace.
Yes, sir.